Sure, I can reach it.
I'm Councilwoman Woodbury from Newport City Council, and absolutely, and I'm concerned, and I loved your points because I think they are very valid. I have always thought that we needed wind energy, and I've always been in favor of it. But you said that you have the buy-in from the Navy, and we are an area that has a lot of Army, Navy, you know. So have you that buy-in for their maneuvers, for their mission, you know, is that really valid that they are supporting this?
So again, a really, really great question. The wind energy area that's identified is managed by the Federal Bureau of Ocean Energy Management. So it's a federal agency. Virginia is a stakeholder in that process, but we don't manage the identification of the lease area. When it was leased out in 2014, the years preceding included a very comprehensive dialogue with stakeholders and the Navy and DOD. So it wasn't just the Navy, all military assets were part of that conversation. So all of the various stakeholders submitted maps and areas where there might be conflicts. And certainly the very sensitive training exercises that the Navy moves forward with, something that we took into consideration because, as you know, to the Commonwealth, the Navy is such an important asset and such an important partner. Yeah, it's huge. So we would not want to move forward with anything that would disrupt their activities. So that process, when BOEM, the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management, established that wind energy area and put it out for lease, all of that was done in consultation and coordination with the Navy. As I mentioned to Craig quickly earlier, BOEM is now looking at additional lease areas, and so we would certainly want to ensure that that coordination remains and that the Navy and DOD are centrally at the table. Again, we don't manage that process. It's a federal process, but we're still part of it, and we're a stakeholder, and we're very engaged. And as we're thinking about the industry supply chain, which could happen at the port and other critical assets here in Virginia, you know, we're looking at supporting the build out of the resource off the coast, not just in Virginia, but along the entire East Coast. So coordinating with the military is going to be incredibly important going forward. We certainly take your remarks to heart, and that's something that we're coordinating with Secretary Hopkins and others with our military installations to make sure that they're all on the same page, that they know what's going on, that we're communicating with them, and we'll continue to do so going forward.
Great. The other point I was looking at is are there any customer, they said investment, you know, as individuals, or is it all dominated by Dominion?
Another really, really great question. So Dominion has the lease.
Oh, I'm full of them.
Yeah, you really are. No, but this is good information.
But I'm cold, I gotta get out of here.
I'm so sorry. I know, I'm freezing. So Dominion has the lease for the 112,000 acre site from the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management. How Dominion moves forward with that lease, whether they'll pass the cost on to ratepayers, whether they'll have a contract with one or more corporate partners. There are lots of opportunities to explore innovative partnerships. We don't know yet. That's still to be determined. But certainly that corporate procurement piece, whether there will be a corporate off-taker, is part of the conversation going forward. And I think we'd love to hear thoughts and ideas, because Dominion is the only investor-owned utility that owns the rights to a commercial lease with BOEM. So it's a unique structure in comparison to other states where you can look at, yes, you have a ratepayer base, but there are other opportunities as well. And I think that's part of what we'll be looking at moving forward in terms of what makes the most sense for Virginia. It may be a partnership, it may be rate-based, it may be a combination of those. All of those options are still on the table.
Last comment is that I have been approached as a member of my council to come up with an opposition to this. I have not sat down with that person, and I don't know, but I do think it's important that you involve and educate the local bodies, governing bodies.
It's very, very helpful feedback, and we certainly will be educating and working with and hearing from our local partners.
Good. Thank you.